Hello, my crafty friends. I'm back today with another pair of 5x7 holiday cards made with this paper pad, and this is the last of them that I'll probably be doing this season. This is a paper pad I've had for several years. It's from the Paper Studio. I would have got it at Hobby Lobby when I did get it. And one of the things I really liked about it, there's 3 sheets of each of the pattern papers, and one of them are these beautiful cut-aparts. This was likely meant for scrapbooking and layering photos on, but I used dies to die cut these panels out and make pop-up cards with them. I've shared 2 other posts and videos with different pop-ups, all by Karen Burniston. I've done the Rockin Rectangle and the paper frames pop-up, and today's cards are going to be the little labels pop-up. So I did use those patterned papers for all of the 6 cards that I've been sharing. So the first one, here is the snowflake panel. That was one of the smaller of the pieces that I die cut from that paper. You can see it right up in the top corner there. And I added some layering rectangles with one of the waffle flower lacy label sets. This is sized for 5x7 cards. And then the pattern paper's got such a nice variety of papers that they go with pretty much everything. I did some foiling and reverse foiling, and I haven't done this before, but this is a snowflake that actually has to be fussy cut. There isn't a die. It's a snowflake border, and I think it foils 4, maybe 5 snowflakes kind of in a row. So I just quickly fussy cut them out, and then I added color with alcohol markers into the openings of the circles. I have not done that before. I haven't colored on foiling, so that was kind of fun. And the stickers, I showed them in another video and ended up putting them away. They are from Stamp On It. They are silver, and I used a Copic marker to color them with blue so that they just matched a little bit better. And then inside is that little labels pop-up by Karen Burniston. So this card actually goes together very quickly. There's some layering, and the foiling, I did all that ahead of time. If I get my foiling machine out, I just foil several things at once. So I will foil the sentiments, and I'll foil them in gold, and these ones I also did in blue. And then I get the solid plate and I foil and die cut all of the reverse ones, and then I'll put the machine away and all of the sentiments go in a little baggie. So this is the Perfect Sentiments Holiday from Pink Fresh Studios. The little labels pop up. It is a glue in. By that I mean you don't have to die cut it into a panel of paper that is then glued inside the card. The pop-up itself is glued right in. Remember, Karen Burniston has assembly videos for all of her dies. I will link the little labels pop-up in the description box below for you. And then I'll quickly show you this one. This is a stepped up version of this one with the foiling. And then I can show you some of the products and go over a few more details. So there is another one there. I love that the pattern paper matched, of course, that cut apart there. And then this one has lots of impact with all of the gold mirror cardstock that I used. So in addition to the little labels pop-up, which this is what it looks like here, on my blog I have labels down the right hand side, so I have a label for these little labels pop-up. And if you click on that on my blog, that will take you to all of the cards that I've made with that. And then there was also the coordinating labels crosshatch. So a very similar shape, and that's what I used for the signing block here. But you can see that you get a lot of label shapes included that you can use, so you don't necessarily have to have that to make these cards. It's just they do coordinate really nicely. That sweet little snowflake, that is from Divinity Designs. It's their snowflake mini set, and they're just so pretty. I love the little embossed center in it. Let's see if I can give you a better look at that. And there's some more of those sentiments that are from the same set. So the Pink Fresh Studio has a hot foil plate and a die and a coordinating stamp. So the die works with the foiling and also the stamping. So that's the snowflake, the sentiments, these lovely greetings here. Oh my gosh, they are from Penny Black. So this is the Christmas Feeling by Penny Black. I love the Penny Black sentiments, the different fonts, the sayings themselves. This one was sent to me by Scrap and Stamp Canada. It was an inspiration hop that we did for November, and we were featuring Penny Black. So I'm really getting a lot of use out of that one. The snowflakes on this one here are Lawn Fawn's stitched snowflakes. I've had them for several years. I'm not sure if they're still available, which is too bad because I love the variety of sizes in them and they cut so nicely with that little stitched line there. The Merry Christmas is from Karen Burniston, and also there is a shadow die, so I used both of them on that. The shadow is sold separately. It was kind of a later release when a lot of customers were basically begging for shadow dies to go with some of the earlier released word dies. So there is a shadow now for the Merry Christmas. You can also buy a shadow for the Happy Birthday, and going forward, a lot of her big word dies have got the shadows included, which is awesome. Now this is a new item from Karen Burniston. This is the new Banners crosshatch, and that's the smallest one in the package. I die cut it twice here from the blue mirrored cardstock. So even though this card didn't take nearly as long as this one to create, that mirrored cardstock just adds a little bit of oomph. I'm going to quickly show you the layering dies. So everything that's available is linked on my blog. This is the Waffle Flower A7. I think this was the very first one of the lacy layer dies from Waffle Flower that I got, and I loved it. So throughout the following year and a half, I invested in more of their lacy layer sets. Just such a great variety of sizes, and that sweet scallop with the little piercing marks, love it. And then finally, I haven't finished labeling this. This is from Honeybee, and it's the A7 double stitched frames, but they actually cut the stitched rectangle. So I used this one here, laying it on the cut apart so I could decide where exactly I wanted that cut to go, and then ran it through my machine, and you get this lovely little stitched line. Now the stitched line is on either side of the cut line, so I could have actually used the background, nested it, done some eclipse techniques and stuff. I always love it when there's a double stitched or a stitched line on either side of that cut line. I did some outlining with a gold gel pen as well, because like this wasn't sparkly enough. These are peel off stickers. They're from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I don't think they're carrying them anymore. They're peel-off stickers, and I love them. They're flat, but they get lots of sparkle, and you can get something similar at Ecstasy Crafts in Canada and stamp on it if you're in the US. Now on this one I did embellish with further snowflakes because there was the snowflake prints in the pattern paper, and those are really kind of lacy snowflakes, and they're from scrapbook.com. So again, a huge variety of sizes included in this one. I've used these two a fair bit actually. I wasn't sure how these ones would cut. I was a little bit nervous, but you can see they cut beautifully. For this snowflake, I actually added double-sided adhesive to the back of the white cardstock. After die cutting, I used a blending brush and Catherine Pooler's Cranberry Fizz ink, and I inked the whole piece while the snowflake was still kind of embedded in it, and then used tweezers to pull it off and apply it onto my card, so that worked out really well. And the Catherine Pooler, that's the Cranberry Fizz ink, is what I used for the sentiments as well. So when I had that stamp set out, I stamped them in the Cranberry Fizz, the Rockin Red, and also I think a Juniper Mist, the blue. I guess the only thing I didn't talk about was the sentiment. I'm pretty sure it's from Spellbinders. I will have it linked on my blog. This is one of the very first hot foil stamps that I got, and I did a lot of them. I did them in like various metallics. They have some different gold foils and then the reverses, and I have a whole little baggie. So the bonus of that is I can just pull out that baggie and I've got sentiments ready to go on my cards. The downside is I don't often remember when I'm doing my videos who makes what, but I do have that linked on my blog if that's something that you need to know. So these are the last two of these cards that I've made with that pattern paper. I really did try to make a dent in it, and while I used up a bunch of smaller pieces and several sheets, I'm sure I'll be using that pad for the next 10 years. It doesn't go bad, and it's always fun next year to get out that paper pad and be re-inspired by the prints. If you enjoyed my video today, please hit that like button, subscribe to see more, and that's it for me today.